Glad you liked it. If you need any tweaks or want a different vibe, let me know. Now go make some waves. Every great company, every revolutionary product, every game-changing idea starts the same way, with a vision. Not a business plan, not an investment, not even a product, but a vision. An idea so powerful that it refuses to be ignored. Vision is what separates true innovators from the rest of the world. While others see things as they are, visionaries see things as they could be. They don't just improve what exists, they imagine what doesn't. They aren't satisfied with the way things work today because they know something better is possible. And that belief, that deep, unshakable conviction, is what drives them forward, even when the world tells them they're wrong. But vision isn't just about having an idea. It's about seeing it through when no one else believes in it. It's about holding on to something that doesn't yet exist and working tirelessly until it does. That's why visionaries aren't just dreamers. They're doers. They don't just talk about what could be, they build it. They push past doubt, rejection, and uncertainty because they know that what they see in their minds is worth fighting for. And here's the truth. Having a vision means you'll be misunderstood. It means you'll be told you're crazy. People will laugh at your ideas, question your decisions, and tell you to be more realistic. But the world has never been changed by people who played it safe. It has never been shaped by those who followed the rules. It has always been moved forward by the ones who dared to see a future that others couldn't and refused to stop until they made it real. Vision is what gives you the strength to keep going when things get tough. It's what keeps you up at night, thinking, planning, solving. It's the force that drives you through failures, setbacks, and moments of doubt. Because when you have a vision that is bigger than yourself, you don't give up. You can't. And the truth is, most people don't have a vision. They follow trends, they chase money, they build what's easy, but the ones who truly change the world, they're the ones who don't compromise on their vision. They protect it, they nurture it, they fight for it every single day. Because in the end, vision is everything. Failure. The word itself makes most people uncomfortable. Society teaches us to fear it, avoid it, and even be ashamed of it. From a young age, we're told that success means getting things right the first time, that mistakes are signs of weakness. But the truth is that failure is not the opposite of success. It is the path to success. Every entrepreneur, every creator, every innovator who has ever done something meaningful has failed often, repeatedly, and sometimes spectacularly. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is simple. The ones who succeed see failure as a lesson, not a defeat. Think about it. When you fail, you gain something priceless: knowledge. You learn what doesn't work. You discover weaknesses in your ideas, flaws in your execution, gaps in your understanding. Failure is the ultimate teacher, and every setback is a lesson in disguise, but only if you're willing to see it that way. The reality is, most people let failure define them. They take it personally. They see it as proof that they aren't good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. But the ones who truly succeed, they don't see failure as a reflection of their ability, they see it as a test of their resilience. They understand that every great breakthrough comes with a trail of failed experiments, rejected ideas, and painful lessons. Failure isn't a sign to stop, it's a sign to adjust, to rethink, to improve. It forces you to ask better questions, to refine your approach, and to grow in ways success never could. When you fail, you're forced to confront the hard truths, the things you might not have wanted to see. And in those moments, you have two choices. You can let failure break you, or you can let it build you. The greatest minds in history were relentless in the face of failure. They saw each setback as fuel. Every time they were knocked down, they got up stronger, smarter, more prepared. They didn't let failure define them, they used it. Most people quit after their first major failure. That's why most people don't succeed. But if you're willing to see failure as a lesson, if you're willing to learn, adapt, and keep going, then no failure is final. Every mistake, every rejection, every loss becomes a stepping stone to something greater. Because in the end, failure isn't the enemy. Fear of failure is. The world rewards those who dare to be different. Every major breakthrough, every industry disruption, every world-changing idea has come from someone who refused to think the way everyone else did. They weren't afraid to challenge the status quo. They didn't ask for permission. They thought differently, and they acted boldly. But thinking differently is not enough. Ideas without action are just dreams. What separates innovators from the rest of the world is their ability to act on their ideas, to take risks that others are too afraid to take, and to push forward when the easy choice would be to blend in. Most people follow the same patterns. They do what has already been done, copy what has already worked, and play by the rules that someone else wrote. But the ones who change the game, they don't just think outside the box. They destroy the box completely. They don't wait for opportunities, they create them. They aren't afraid to ask, what if we did this differently? What if we tried something no one else has? What if the way things are isn't the way they have to be? And that kind of thinking, it makes people uncomfortable. When you challenge the norm, expect resistance. People will doubt you. They will tell you it can't be done. They will call you reckless, unrealistic, even foolish, not because they're right, but because they're afraid. Afraid of change, afraid of failure, afraid of stepping outside of the comfortable, predictable way of doing things. But boldness is what separates leaders from followers. Playing it safe has never built anything legendary. The biggest risks lead to the biggest rewards. The greatest companies, the most iconic inventions, the most revolutionary ideas, they all started with someone who wasn't afraid to break the mold. Someone who saw the world differently and wasn't afraid to act on it. Being bold doesn't mean being reckless. It means having the courage to take calculated risks, to trust your instincts, and to stand by your vision even when no one else sees it yet. It means refusing to conform, refusing to settle, refusing to play small. It means betting on yourself, even when the odds aren't in your favor. The world doesn't need more people who follow the crowd. It needs people who dare to think differently and act boldly. People who don't just imagine the future, they build it. What keeps people going when everything is against them? What pushes someone to work through exhaustion, rejection, and failure while others give up? The answer isn't intelligence. It isn't talent, it isn't luck, it's passion. Passion is the fuel that powers persistence. It's the reason some people keep pushing forward when the world tells them to quit. It's the fire inside that refuses to burn out no matter how many obstacles stand in the way. Because here's the truth, building something great is hard. No matter how smart you are, no matter how brilliant your ideas, you will face challenges you didn't see coming. You will have days when nothing works, when progress feels impossible, when every door you knock on stays shut. The people who survive those moments, the people who break through, are the ones who have something deeper than just a desire for success. They have passion. Passion isn't just excitement. It isn't about feeling inspired when things are going well. Passion is what keeps you moving when things are not going well. It's the force that keeps you working when you're exhausted, when you're frustrated, when you're standing in the middle of a storm with no clear way forward. And here's why passion matters. It's the only thing that can outlast failure. Most people quit when things get tough because they were never truly in love with what they were doing. They were chasing a paycheck, a trend, or someone else's definition of success. But the ones who win? They aren't just doing it for money or recognition, they're doing it because they have to, because they believe in what they're building so deeply that stopping isn't an option. Passion is what makes late nights and early mornings worth it. It's what makes sacrifices feel like investments instead of losses. It's what gives you the strength to ignore the doubters, to push through the failures, to stand back up when you've been knocked down 100 times. And passion is contagious. When you believe in something with everything you have, other people feel it. Customers, investors, employees, partners. They don't just buy into a product, they buy into you. They buy into your energy, your conviction, your unstoppable drive. But passion alone isn't enough. It has to be paired with persistence. Because passion starts the journey, but persistence finishes it. Every great entrepreneur, every visionary, every world changer has faced moments where they could have quit, but they didn't. Not because they were lucky, not because the path was easy, but because their passion wouldn't let them stop. And that's the difference between those who dream and those who achieve, those who quit and those who break through. Passion is what fuels persistence, and persistence is what turns impossible ideas into reality. In business, there's a simple truth that too many people forget. The customer is everything, not the product, not the marketing, not the competition, the customer. Most companies focus on selling. They think about how to push their products, how to beat their rivals, how to maximize their profits. But the ones who truly win, they don't just sell. They serve, they obsess over their customers. Not just what they buy, but what they feel, what they need, what they don't even realize they're looking for yet. Customer obsession is not about giving people what they ask for. It's about understanding them so deeply that you can give them what they never knew they needed. It's about seeing the world from their perspective, anticipating their problems, and solving them before they even have to ask. Look at the most successful companies in the world. They didn't just create great products, they created experiences. They built brands that people trust, products that feel intuitive, services that feel like they were designed with a personal touch. Why? Because they didn't just focus on making money, they focused on making customers' lives better. And that's the key. When you put customers first, truly first, everything else follows. Loyalty follows, word of mouth follows, growth follows. Because people don't just buy products, they buy into companies that care. They buy into businesses that make them feel heard, understood, and valued. But here's where most businesses go wrong. They treat customer service as a department when it should be a philosophy. Customer obsession isn't about answering support tickets or fixing problems after they happen. It's about designing every part of your business, from product development to marketing to user experience, with the customer at the center. It's about making sure that every decision you make starts with the question, how does this make things better for the people we serve? Customer obsession means listening, really listening, not just to feedback forms or online reviews, but to the unspoken frustrations, the everyday pain points, the tiny inconveniences that customers might not even notice, but feel. The best businesses don't wait for customers to complain, they innovate before complaints even happen. It also means building trust. Trust isn't about flashy branding or big promises, it's about consistency. Customers remember how you make them feel. They remember if you deliver what you say you will. They remember if you're honest when things go wrong. They remember if you go the extra mile when you don't have to. And that trust, once you earn it, it's the most valuable asset you have. But here's the catch. Customer obsession is not a one-time thing. It's not a marketing strategy or a temporary campaign. It's a mindset. It's a way of running your business every single day. It means never being satisfied, never assuming you know what's best, never getting too comfortable. Because the moment you stop obsessing over your customers is the moment someone else will. And in the end, that's why customer obsession always wins. It's not a tactic, it's not a trend, it's the foundation of every business that stands the test of time. Hunger is the driving force behind every great achievement. Fearlessness is what separates those who dream from those who do. The world is filled with talented people who never reach their potential, brilliant ideas that never see the light of day, and businesses that start strong but fade into irrelevance. Why? Because they lose their hunger, they get comfortable, they start playing it safe. But the ones who leave a mark on the world, the ones who build, innovate, and change industries, they never stop pushing. They never stop striving for more. They never let fear control their actions. They stay hungry, they stay fearless. Hunger is more than ambition. It's more than wanting success. It's an obsession, a relentless drive that keeps you moving forward when others slow down. It's waking up every day with a fire in your chest, knowing that there is still so much more to create, so much more to achieve, so much more to build. The truly great never feel like they've made it. No matter how much success they have, no matter how much they've accomplished, they act like they're just getting started. Because the moment you believe you've arrived, the moment you stop being hungry, is the moment you start falling behind. And then there's fearlessness. Fear is what stops most people from even trying. It whispers in their ear, telling them to take the safe route, to avoid risks, to stay within their comfort zone. But fear is a liar. Every great entrepreneur, every innovator, every leader who has ever changed the world has felt fear. The difference? They did it anyway. Fearless doesn't mean reckless. It doesn't mean ignoring risks or making blind decisions. It means not letting fear paralyze you. It means making bold moves even when you're uncertain. It means betting on yourself, even when no one else does. And fearlessness isn't just about taking risks, it's about facing failure. Because here's the truth, you will fail, you will struggle, you will have moments when you feel like quitting, but if you stay hungry, if your vision is strong enough, your passion deep enough, you will keep going, you will push through, and you will come out stronger. The people who change the world are the ones who refuse to be ruled by fear. They take risks that others won't. They step into the unknown when everyone else hesitates. They reinvent themselves when necessary. They don't wait for permission. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They move forward now, and they never stop, because hunger is not just about success, it's about growth. It's about always asking, what's next? What can I do better? How can I push the limits? And fearlessness is not about never feeling afraid, it's about never letting fear win. So stay hungry, stay fearless, because the moment you stop chasing something bigger than yourself is the moment you start losing.